Taylor Swift wedding and what we know, what we don't know, what could be happening in the future, what she's going to release on her own, and kind of go from there. And I want to dive deep into it. I think it is crazy, and I've done tons of research on this so far, and I think it's crazy that she's kept it all under wraps. I mean, there's been one leak so far, and that's it. But everything else, it's been under wraps. I mean, the security has to be top notch, and the people that are diving into everything to make sure nothing gets leaked, those people are doing a fantastic job. You know, the team that she has to have behind her to keep everything behind closed doors. That's fantastic. So let's dive in. First, we're going to look at TMZ released this of the AMC. Let's see, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's wedding was like a movie, and it seems the head of AMC Theaters spoiled the plot, though he quickly tried to rectify the mistake. I bet he did, and I bet he heard from the Taylor Swift guys that were keeping this under wraps. I'd say he heard from them very quickly. Here's the deal. Adam Aaron, the CEO of AMC Theaters, posted to social media on Saturday laying out a detailed timeline of the wedding of the century. Adam wrote the inside of the venue looked nothing like Madison Square Garden. Unsurprising, given we know a castle was built inside along with a stunning garden to welcome guests. He added the space was draped in peach and white, large blown-up pictures of Taylor and Travis at each age, year by year, from 1 year old to late teenagerhood, were on display. This picture, I don't know if this is legit because we know that he was wearing a white suit and not a black, so I don't think this is true. And then if we go over here on the Today's website, you're looking at so far not much about the ceremony has been publicly revealed by the couple themselves. The pair's representative said in a statement sent to NBC News that the nuptials were officiated by friend and comedian Adam Sandler. That's pretty cool. The pair also opted against a traditional wedding party. The statement said instead the musician's brother, Austin Swift, served as the man of honor, while Kelce's sibling, Jason Kelce, served as best man. So that's pretty awesome. That's wow. Like, just knowing all of that, knowing that they have kept it, under wraps this whole time, and we're on Sunday right now, and this happened on Friday night, and there's only been one guy that leaked a little information, and I mean there's a lot of them that's already talked about. Like a lot of the celebrities have already talked about it, but they've not shared any photos or videos or anything of that sort, other than the AMC guy, I think, did share a photo. I don't think that was it, but he did share a photo of the wedding as he was sharing his comments and stuff on the wedding, but he took it down almost immediately, which it's understandable because he signed an NDA just like all the other celebrities signed an NDA, and everybody that was there did as well. There was 1,000 guests, which is, whoa, that's crazy. But big stuff there. Now we're going to go over So I asked Google a couple questions here just to see what it would find, because AI is freaking amazing. Y'all know that. And Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce married on July 3rd, 2026 at Madison Square Garden in New York City. The venue was transformed into a breathtaking peach and white garden aesthetic with lined personnel photo walls. Official photos are still under wraps, but guests have leaked videos and images of the decor. So, attire, both the bride and groom wore custom Christian Dior haute couture. I can't even pronounce some of those words, but designed by Jonathan Anderson, paired with custom footwear and couture jewelry. So they both wore white suit and white gown, and then the officiant was Adam Sandler, as we already kind of knew. Venue design, a grand red carpeted concourse with large TNT monogram insignia and a hallway filled with photographs of couples' relationship timeline. And they said, it was all the way from like 1 year old all the way to them getting married, and having the can't think of what I'm thinking of there. The engagement photos and stuff like that, and all their time together over the past couple of years, that sort of thing. And now reception ran from 6:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., featuring arcade games, custom wedding handkerchiefs, and the couple leaving in a getaway car with a Justin T married license plate. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And then guest photos and reactions. Now, we really don't have, the only photos we have so far are of just people that were there, and it's their photos of them dressed up and stuff of that sort. So it's really not of the actual wedding, anything to do with the wedding that I can find, at least. If y'all see anything else, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll add it on the next video that we touch base on this. All right, so guest photos and reactions. Kelsey Ballerini shared a photo gallery on Instagram from the event featuring her lime green guest dress. And that's what I'm saying. They shared what they were wearing, type thing. Himself in a tuxedo, Baker Mayfield, alongside his wife at the venue. Suki Waterhouse shared carousel of party images, including a selfie in a silver gown. It's all selfies, selfie. So it's nothing of the actual wedding. And then I asked what type of security was at the event. Now, this makes sense because it was completely locked down. There was nobody on the outside saying anything, everything that I'd looked up. So Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's reported wedding festivities at Madison Square Garden were locked down with a massive, state-of-the-art security detail reminiscent of a president event. The high-profile security operation features several layers of protection, law enforcement, and special ops. The security plan included a heavy presence of up to 500 NYPD officers and detectives, barricades, and sniper teams positioned on surrounding rooftops. Former military, special forces operators, and federal resources were also reportedly utilized. Perimeter lockdowns, fencing was erected around the arena, and nearby streets were entirely closed to both vehicle and pedestrian traffic. Screening procedures. Guests underwent TSA-style screenings and blacked out luxury SUVs used underground and private entrances to bypass the public. Hermetic environment, the venue enforced a strict no phone policy. Now, I would say some of the celebrities had them because they were definitely taking pictures of themselves and stuff like that. So I don't think that there's no phone policy to everybody, but probably a select few, especially the guests that were not high class celebrities. But the venue enforced a strict no phone policy, is what they said, for attendees, staff, and vendors, with multiple venue employees escorted from the premises for allegedly taking pictures. Guests reportedly received individually watermarked invitations to trace any potential leaks. That is crazy. Like, the only reason, and I mean, I understand it in a way, but in another way, it's like, goodness gracious, man, this is the biggest wedding that we've had in years. Like, definitely of the year, definitely going to be the biggest wedding. So, of course, America and the world is curious, and we want to know, what's going to come of this? What's next? What is she going to do? That's what I was trying to figure out. So, how much? That was the next question. How much did Taylor Swift spend on this wedding? Her and Kelsey, of course. But we all know Taylor Swift's got the money. All right, reports and industry experts estimate that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's massive wedding celebration in Madison Square Garden cost between $10 million and $20 million. I don't think so. I think it's more closer to this $50 million. With some luxury event designers estimating it could soar up to $50 million once all custom fabrication and security are factored in. Yeah, that would make more sense to me. They're paying for the venue. Yes, maybe the venue was only 10 to 20 million, but all the things they have put into place to make sure this doesn't get out, they spent a boatload of money, probably close to 50 million, my guess. The venue rental is what they said cost approximately $1 million per night. So what, $2 million? That's not. That's a drop in the bucket for her and him. Security, ensuring the privacy of their high-profile guest list, required a massive, heavy police presence, costing upwards of $160,000 for the special event permit, alongside hefty six-figure private security cost. $160,000. I feel like it was more than that, but that's what we've got so far. Catering. Feeding a guest list of over 1,000 attendees ran upwards of $600 a head for top-tier catering. 1,000 attendees at $600 a head. Like, holy cow. That's a lot of money, no doubt. And then entertainment and decor, they're saying $2 million for acts like Stevie Nicks and massive custom fabrication, potential performer fees. So yeah, $2 million. I would say it was more than that as well. I don't think these are perfect, amounts right now. I think there's going to be a lot more coming out in the next few days. So I'll keep my eye out and keep you posted. I'll probably have another one of these videos by Wednesday is what I'm thinking. Wednesday or Thursday. We'll kind of see where we're at and kind of go from there. But let's go to some things that I talked to ChatGPT about, because that's what I use the most of as far as whenever I'm looking up things. But could Taylor Swift release a documentary? Absolutely. And I think that's where this is going, in my opinion, and not just ChatGPT. But there are several reasons people are speculating. Report mentioned film crews around the venue. Film shoot signs were reportedly seen near the event. Guests were allegedly informed they could be filmed. And the combination of NDAs and no phone policies creates an environment where the couple, not guest, controls the first official footage. That doesn't confirm a documentary exists, but it makes the theory reasonable. Oh, for sure. For sure. I think that's where this is going. I think that's how she's going to make up a good bit of this money. And I would say it's probably not just about the money for her. I mean, she's already loaded, but it's more about the fans, and keeping them happy and keeping them, coming back for more of her content. And that's, where this is going for as creating that content. So, yeah, I think that's where it's going. What would make the most business sense? Option 1, 90-minute documentary, most likely. Behind the scenes planning, family moments, ceremony highlights, reception, never before seen footage. This would likely generate massive viewership, for sure. And then option 2, 1 hour special. Think of it as Taylor and Travis, the wedding, simple, exclusive, huge audience. Could be possible, but I don't think so. Option 3, multi-episode series. This could be it as well. Maybe she releases it just, little by little, and to really bring you in to it. And, less likely but possible, episodes could cover planning the venue, transformation, ceremony, reception, life after wedding, and, parts of the honeymoon may even be in this, like where they went, things of that sort. And then the bigger question, the big question is, did Taylor Swift intentionally lock down the wedding because she plans to tell the story herself? I would say that's very true, and I would say that's why she did it. I would say that she locked it down so she could put it out how she wants to put it out, and not allow the media to distort how the wedding was and all that. She is the creator of her, wedding, and I do believe that she will release it eventually. It may be months from now. It may be a year from now. Who knows? But I think there'll be hints. I think there'll be little things here and there, put out there. It's definitely going to get interesting. That's my 2 cents. That's everything I came up with so far. And let me know. Let me know what y'all think. Give me your comments down below, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.